All right, today officially kicks off 8 weeks to a bigger bench. The goal's simple. Take my feel-good bench from around 205 to a confident 225 and do it without waking up my cranky right shoulder. You know, and I'm not trying to ego lift my way into pain. I'm trying to build strength without punishment. And that means training smarter instead of stubborn. All right, so I'm running all 3 bench days each week on the PerSyst PowerSyst. And it's not just a spotter. The real reason I'm using it is the tracking. PerSyst measures bar speed, control, and something called grit. So grit doesn't stand for anything. It's not an acronym. It's just a score the system gives you based on how much quality effort you put into each rep. So think of it like this. If I press a lightweight lazily, the machine knows it was lazy. If I press that same weight explosively with good control, the grit goes up. So it's not measuring how heavy the bar is, it's measuring how hard and how well I moved the weight. And you know, that's huge for me because I don't want to keep stacking weight on a shoulder that isn't 100%. If grit starts dropping or the bar speed slows, I don't end the session, I lower the weight and bring the numbers back where they should be. So the first 2 weeks are all about neural priming. And that just means I'm training my nervous system, not my chest, to fire faster and cleaner. If my body learns to push lightweight fast and in the same groove every rep, then when the weight goes up later, the movement is already automatic. It's like practicing the same punch over and over so it lands the same way every round, light or heavy. Neural priming tells the body, this is how we bench until the pattern sticks. No hesitation, no drifting, no shoulder compensation. And if grit or bar speed fades, I strip a little weight and keep the quality high. All right, so here's what the first 2 weeks look like. 3 bench days, 3 different priorities. Monday, that's speed day, velocity-based training. So in my speed work, I'm using around 70% of my max, which is right now about 145 pounds. I'm running 6 sets of 3, fast up, smooth down, identical bar path every rep. If the PerSyst screen shows my bar speed slowing or grit dipping, I drop a little weight and keep the reps crisp. Wednesday moves on to cluster day. So during cluster day, I'll be benching 3 reps in a row, rack the bar, rest about 20 seconds, and then repeat. I'm doing 4 total clusters, 12 reps broken into short rests that force me to stay tight and keep the movement clean. If the numbers start to fall, speed or grit, I lower the weight instead of forcing sloppy reps. Now Friday is the big day. Friday is controlled heavy singles. 3 to 5 singles in the 80 to 85% range. It's not a max out day, just smooth, confident reps. If speed drops or the shoulder doesn't like the groove, weight comes down and technique stays clean. After that, I go into incline work. 3 sets of 10 on a light to moderate incline dumbbell press. Nothing heavy enough to interfere with recovery, just clean pressing and a shoulder safe angle. All right, I'm running the Advanced Muscle Mechanics launch pad for all 8 weeks. If you haven't seen one before, it's designed to put your shoulders and scapula in a better position than a flat pad ever could. You're not getting smashed flat into a board. Your shoulder blades actually have somewhere to sit so the wedge stays locked and the bottom of the rep doesn't grind the joint. So the real benefit for this program is consistency. Same setup, same shoulder position, same bar path every single session. When you're tracking bar speed and grit with PerSyst, that repeatability matters more than people realize. I'm keeping the launch pad mounted on a Mikolo Bastet 2.0 for the entire 8 weeks. No swapping benches, no changing surfaces. If the numbers go up, it's because the training worked, not because the equipment changed. You know, and we actually do owe Advanced Muscle Mechanics a full review of the launch pad. They provided it for parent shoulder recovery, which has been progressing slower than we'd like, but she is finally cleared to start benching again, lightweight, pain dependent. Mikolo sent her a Glory bar. It's a 6-foot technique bar that doesn't weigh much, so she can ease back into pressing on the VTS without loading the joint aggressively. You know, so while I'm outlining how I'm using the launch pad in this 8-week run, the full review will be Parent's project once she's firing on all cylinders. And yes, I tried to order an advanced muscle mechanics shirt for training, but they were sold out of larges. So I ended up with some really sweet wrist straps, and parents somehow walked away with a free shirt in every color. So at least one of us is gonna look like a professional. When you pair the launch pad with PerSyst, it's a really solid match. The launch pad locks the body into the right position, and PerSyst tells you if the rep was actually good. One handles the mechanics, the other, that handles the data. All right, so all of my accessory work will be running through the GETRX'd Viper and the Temple of Gains Multiflight. Rows, triceps, rear delts, face pulls, all shoulder-friendly cable movements. You know, these are programmed on purpose. Nothing here is designed to blow out my triceps, exhaust my chest, or fatigue the bench pattern. The accessories support my bench, they don't compete with it. With PerSyst having me benching 3 days a week, I'm forcing myself to stick to the plan. No extra bench days, no just one more set mentality. If I want this shoulder to survive for 8 weeks and actually get stronger, I have to recover between sessions. You know, my off days are gonna stay simple. Extra core work, incline walking on the treadmill, just blood flow and stability. Nothing that steals strength from the next bench day. You know, and the funny part is, I normally train for hypertrophy. So staring at these smaller bench numbers on paper is a complete shock to my system. Every instinct is saying, Jesus, this isn't enough volume. You know, but that's the point of the program. It's not about chasing a pump. It's about training the nervous system, keeping the shoulder happy, and letting the numbers tell me when to push. So right now, the PerSyst setup has the RitFit Patriot bar, but I'll be swapping in a stainless Hansu power bar going forward. The Patriot's knurl is more passive, and I actually had to use chalk this morning to stay locked in. And for a program built around bar speed and control, I want a bar that grips without extra effort. So the Hansu bar should be a good fit. All right, so here's where the numbers get fun. Speed day isn't just move the bar fast. PerSyst wants the load around 70%, and it wants the bar moving at about 0.4 meters per second or faster. If the bar speed drops, the system will flag it, and if you move a weight fast but the data shows low power and low grit, that's how you know the set wasn't meaningful. So that's the plan for week 1 and 2. Speed work, clusters, controlled singles, and using real data instead of ego to guide the load. And as a bonus, I actually ran the first speed session this morning. The shoulder cooperated, the numbers stayed honest, and I dropped the PerSyst data shots right into today's workout so you can see actually what it looked like. All right, so set 1 was solid. Best rep was about 0.44, last rep around 0.39, grit was 43%. My shoulder felt good and the bar moved clean. Set 2 was better, the grit jumped to 49%, velocity stayed in that 0.39 to 4.6 range, and power output shot up. That was the nervous system waking up. Now, set 3 dropped. Same weight, but not explosive, and grit fell into the 30s. That's what I like about this system. You can't pretend the rep was good if the numbers say otherwise. So about set 4, I tightened right back up again. Grit actually increased to 51%, velocity high, and the note on screen literally said, keep the speed high as long as you can. That's exactly what this session is supposed to be. I actually missed the 5th set, so now we're gonna jump to the 6th set, and then the last set. The very last rep of the workout is the only rep PerSyst flagged me for dropping below speed target. Not the whole set, just that one rep, and honestly for day 1, I'm gonna take that. And here's something worth pointing out. My 1 rep max is 205, but the highest number PerSyst estimated today was 187. I'm chalking that up to 2 things. First, it's an unsteady bar path. I haven't free benched in a really long time. Second, it's my nervous system not being primed for explosive pressing yet. You know, that's just rust. And I've been locked into a Smith machine for months. So my groove with a free bar isn't dialed in yet, so this should tighten up fast once the bar path stabilizes. You know, so I'm not sweating the 187 number. If anything, it means there's a lot of low-hanging fruit. Once my bar track steadies out and the speed work sinks in, those velocity-based estimates should climb quick. 8 weeks to a bigger bench? Here we go.